And part-time MBA didn't carry any value because every time, and then I got into retail, and there's a whole story behind my life. But when I got, every time if I wanted to join in an FMCG, they wanted an IIM. And that stigma I carried for long. And when I got a chance, I got an award from Mr. Birla for when I joined Birla Group, and they give good amount of money. The rest I had to take a lot of loan. I did Harvard Business because that was really breaking barriers for me to really, have a name which matters, which I can, talk. But more than that, by then, the alumni that I get, the networking, and I'm going to be talking about the power of that. This, like I said, I started doing podcasts for my brand a year and a half back, and a lot of people were telling me, why don't you do? And I said, no, listen, it's too much of energy, can I do? So again, the self-doubts, limiting beliefs, somebody must have spoken. I will cover some part of that again. And I had put that in my visualization board, and finally in March end, I was supposed to do it as Women's Day series. So the reason why I launched this is because my purpose is to really empower women. I have come after 27 years, I am somewhere, given my background. I think a lot of us get stuck in middle management, and the reasons are also the way we think. We are our own, sort of a showstopper. And in today's world, and more than us, the younger ones who are coming in workforce, the Gen Z, so when I go to colleges and talk, they all are 10-minute, they think life is 10-minute quick commerce. They want, how they come in the interview and they say that, listen, I want it, and they're so desperate. In 6 months' time, they want to leave. Because I know everything. Listen, in 9 years, I don't know finance. In 6 months, how do you know? So this real life, instant gratification, the workforce that we're bringing in. Of course, we have to learn from them. We have to be relevant for them because that's the generation coming in. But they have to learn from us. And that was my idea, that how can I get real leaders who have seen life, who have taken bold steps, choices, non-conforming way of doing things, have seen failures, seen resilience, and their story, because storytelling we all love. We've grown reading books, reading and hearing stories. So can I give that a platform? I've just started this. So currently I did, because our original plan was to do women's series. But yeah, we're adding more and more. So that's just me. But like I said, it's not about me anymore. So I cleared. And this is about you. And I am told that most of you all are in the mid-career where CXO, C-suite is where you all should and are looking for. So how do I help you lead? So this is something that I truly believe. Leadership, girls, is a mindset. It's an attitude that you carry. We are born leaders. It is not about having the designation, getting that promotion, getting your cabin, your secretary. Of course, that is all welcome. But are you carrying that mindset when you are at work? All of you will have some team, I'm assuming, right? At this level. Are you carrying the mindset when you go in your meetings? Are you behaving like a leader? Are you owning your seat in the room? So when I started, and I came from retail, I decided to, because one thing I love is challenges, and I got bored. FDI was not happening. When I came in BFSI, again, never say never. I thought I will never do BFSI, very suit boot, very boring. But that's here where I am. I was, I was fearing that, listen, I don't know anything about, I'm a marketer, but I don't understand finance. I initially was not owning my seat on the table in the boardroom. What it does, one is how you sit, how you be looking, you will second guess, you will not ask questions. You will have the fear that, oh, what if I open my mouth and I say something wrong? And that is how your team will be looked upon. And especially if you are a support function, which is not the mainline sales, that is exactly what happens. Because what they see you is how your team is going to, and that's how your team will also see you. So leadership, I can tell you, is just a mindset, it's an attitude. You just have to bring it out. Wear your sleeve and believe that you're a leader. Nobody is going to give you a tag, let me tell you that. You will have to ask for it. You will have to show your presence. You will have to make your presence felt. And that's the style that you will have to bring in yourself. You will have to stop. See, one of the things in one of my coach and I did earlier is all your limiting beliefs are the voice in your head. We constantly give in to that small voice which does this constant and scares us, talks negative. How do you learn to change that voice? How do you, so Jack does this well. When I was doing Jack's program, Jack Canfield, he told one thing very clearly. Every time you get that, all you tell your mind is cancel, cancel, or stop it. Change your line, change your lens, because the moment you do that, and I have been practicing this since 2 years, I can really see a difference in the way I look at things. It's very easy to see something, oh, they're talking about me, they're blaming me, this is all the negativity that you start attracting. Vis-a-vis, you just say cancel it, I don't care. I know my job, I know I am a leader. I have come here and I will show them. Of course, you have to know your job well. But so it's absolutely an attitude you carry, and the way you carry yourself every day that you enter work. If you don't carry that, I can tell you it's not going to work for you. You have to see one very important thing of anything in life: growth. Growth comes when you come out of your comfort zone. It's not an option. So I have this girl in my team. We gave her a marketing head role. Her biggest problem was she was not ready to. I mean, imagine there's a role available. You are wanted to, and you are not taking it. Why? Because I am scared. I don't know how to do strategy. Really, in today's day and age, I mean, just ask AI. They'll make the whole thing. But this fear that you have made strategy such a big ghost in your head that I don't know, or and this happens, guys, girls, even I have gone through this, that people at some point, see, and as women, all the time people are telling you that you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, this is not the right time, this is not the right role for you, because you have family, you have kids, you have in-laws, you have everything. How do you still ensure that you're going to do? And so I told her, look at a child. Any of us, how many of us have this feeling of fear of failure in anything that we do, right? I'm sure all of us, because I am raising my hand on top. Look at and how many of us have children over here? Have you, or even yourself, when you were in 9th grade, 8th grade, 10th grade, did you ever question, oh God, I don't want to go to 11th grade. No. I'm going to fail the test. I don't know. Did you ever question that? When you, from 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, whatever, your graduation, were we sitting and questioning that time that, oh my God, I can't, I will fail? No, it was a natural thing. So life, when you are born, progress is a natural thing for us. You have to progress. It's now the conditioning that we bring in. That child, or even, and look at your younger selves, forget everything. Were you ever questioning? Were you self-doubting? You were ready, you knew. I mean, all the 9th graders know that 10th is tough. All the 11 know that because you have boards and and it's more competitive today than what it was. They know. But are they doubting? They ask for tuitions, which means you're taking coaching, you're taking mentoring, you are going for it. You are not stopping. So that progress is given. So this kind of questioning and self-doubt is what, and that's why we stop ourselves from taking this choice. There may be projects, there may be areas where you can raise your hand. Of course, it means that you have to work extra. But will you raise your hand? Most of the times what happens is we start. So when I took health insurance, and when I made the choice, I resigned 3 times in the first 6 months. The first time I resigned is because it was all stemming from my fear of failure. The first time I resigned, my excuse was I don't have a secretary, I don't have anybody, this is a startup, I don't know what to do. Because I came from retail, I was at a helm of it, and there was nothing happening, I got bored. I took Aditya Birla, and health insurance was a startup in a conglomerate. So obviously it is a startup behavior. I had never worked in a startup. Now I thought, oh my God, I can't work. Where's my secretary? Where's the team? Nobody knows me. I kept repeating this negative thoughts day in and day out. I wanted to run away. Then my boss, of course, said that, but we've hired you. I have made the bet knowing that I have got somebody. She doesn't understand, but it's my bet. Why are you worried? I am taking a bet on you. Okay, I pull out. Again, I felt, oh my God, where is autumn, winter, where is fashion? Here I'm sitting with an actuarial head. She's making, ki haath cut gaya, to how much do we have to charge? So I said, this is morbid. This is not making sense. So we had a coach at that time, and the only thing she told me is, Darshana, that here are 2 leaders. I had a matrix reporting, the role that I am doing now. Earlier, I was in a insurance company, and I had a group CMO, and I was reporting to him and my CEO. They both want you. They have taken a bet on you. So why are you running? Because you've taken a choice. You took the offer letter. You were not blind. So when you decided to come here, there are people who are betting on you. Why are you running away? Why are you making that fear so big in your mind that you are allowing it to control you. Why aren't you ready to give it a chance? That because I can go back anytime. I came from 17 years of retail. I can go back, but why am I not giving chance to people who've taken a bet on me? That's it. That line with her, I was not even ready to go for that coaching session. I said, I have resigned. Why are you calling me? And Ajay pushed me that you should go. I want you to go. That's it. Her that one statement, that's it. I changed the lens in my head and no, I will make it happen. If I've done it earlier, I will do it here. That's it. 9.5 years. I have grown, I've got promoted, I'm at the group CMO role, and there is a background, but that's the noise that was from my fear of failure. My limiting belief that I don't know the category. The moment I put that noise off, what did I do? I saw a blank slate. I saw a slate where I can write and draw the way I want because there's no legacy here. It's a startup. And they've taken a bet on me, which means I can bring my retail strength, marketing I know. I'll bring that here, and that's the game I have played. I played on my strength. But that's the reason I'm saying that you have to come out of your comfort zone. Growth happens there. Growth doesn't happen where you are standing. It just doesn't come. Yeah. No, and not just my story. You pick up any leader.
You pick up any, like for me, for myself.
You've started your own.
Cushy job at Cipla, editing global head of learning, having a team of 5, 6. It was easy for me.
Correct.
But then I said, okay, I need to push. But I would also want to say, maybe I could have tried to push that within the organization. Maybe, and today I think, why did I not do that? So pushing within the organization is also something that we can think about doing. So maybe we need to think about that also. Sorry.
Yeah, and one of the important thing is, and when I was saying progress over perfection, focus on progress. Don't kill yourself on perfection because that's the perfection has come. And all of us women have this more so, it comes from a control mindset. The reason why, because that's our conditioning, the fear that if I don't control, if I don't manage, somebody will do and I will, or I'm not in control of things, and that we will have to let go. Because progress, even if I am 50%, 60% launch, so I would always tell my team, you will fail fast, learn fast, but progress over perfection. If you wait for that 100% thing, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, I have got that pushback also many times from my CEOs that Darshana, leave it. It's okay. Let it go. So over the years, because I was also conditioned to, I need everything proper, perfect, because I keep raising my standard, but the moment I keep raising my standard, I'm burnt out. I'm burning out my entire team. So we have to learn to let go because that's when growth will happen, and always remember progress over perfection. So like I said, bold choices, because that's where, and unlike her, and the reason I wanted to come here, because this is another side of me that I have tried doing my own business twice. I have failed because that courage to step out, to leave a job and not have that kind of salary and to do is not what I had. And when I see these young, and that's why I like going and meeting startups, when I see these young ones, I think it's amazing. They may not even have half the knowledge, but what am I doing with all this knowledge? Of course, I'm a CMO, C-suite, all that is great. But where I feel that what can I do for my next 50 years, I'm 49 now. What will I do? I want to leave a legacy behind. And all this comes from Harvard, having your purpose, leaving your legacy behind. They really push you. So for that, I can't just be I want to create my own. So yes, it does need that courage, but I can tell you, you will have to really look within you that how ready you are. This is another thing when I said fear of failure. Embrace failure. One thing I learned, and that's the reason why I then consistently grew. I had resigned from health insurance and they didn't let me go. They said, no, you go on sabbatical. We will pay you all 4 months fully paid, but we want you back, and this position was available. The earlier head was superannuating. Because by then the mindset, I had embraced failure. And when I came here, they knew, I don't know, so Aditya Birla Capital has 12 business lines, health insurance, life insurance, mutual fund, home loan, this, that. Now, I just came into health insurance with that key. I also told them, I don't know F of finance. You are hiring somebody but that is what they wanted. So when I took this role, that noise was over. I took it boldly. That's it. I know the culture, I know the people, I know my job. Rest I will figure it out. So you will have to learn to embrace failure because failure will happen. It's given. There is no human being and there is no leader who is 100% successful. It's again go back to our young, that's why I like the child in us. Go back to the child in you. You were failing. You were गिर के हम संभल रहे थे. We used to get up. Even in school, we used to get low marks, high marks, compete, but we were progressing. कि वो, oh my God, with that fear of failure, I will not just sit down and not do it at all. That not do it at all was never the, and you look at your own kids. You will see them, they wanting to do, but you will put your limiting belief on them. You will stop them because you have the fear of failure. The best thing is, so I love adventure rides. The reason I love that because I have vertigo issue. So I have done skydiving, I have done bungee, I have done purely because I have. And the same conversation that if I don't go out of my comfort zone, I'm not going to see life. So when my son was 4 years old and we were in Kashmir and I had gone paragliding, didn't know, I asked, they said, yeah, your child can take, le lo. Bitha diya godi mein, they gave me that hole and we went. Everybody fired me after that. What is wrong with you? This is India, you're on that mountain, you're doing paragliding with a 4-year-old baby. But the sense, because I didn't have the fear, my husband is also equally edgy, my son does not have a concept of that. So he will also go and try. Oh, I want to do, because they are, the fear ke pani mein jaoge to swimming nahi, doob jaoge, is coming from our fear. Like my father-in-law used to always say, you put a sweater on the baby because you are feeling cold, not that the child is asking. So that fear of failure, if you keep imbibing in you, you will put it on your child or whoever. You will have to embrace it. Let people try. 10 cheez karo, do 10 things. You may fail in 6, but you will learn. The 3 will be really successful, and that's what is very important, because this I cannot even tell you as much. See, I've seen women in boardrooms, I've seen myself, I've seen a lot of people coming up, at mid-management. We don't own our voice. We don't talk. We are scared, we are worried, we think about all the hierarchy and not open our mouth. Or there is a fear of, what if I'm saying something which is not right? The fear of being ridiculed. But that is what has to stop. You have to make your presence felt. Your authenticity, because your knowledge, do the hard work. Go in the room, but talk. Ask. So I know somebody had told me, one of my mentors, that if you are in a large forum, how many times do you raise your hand and ask? And of course, don't ask nonsense, or don't think it is nonsense, then ask. But ask a question. Don't worry who's the person. So I had just started this role, and we had Mr. Birla himself was, and he used to do our quarter reviews, and he had called an induction program to induct everybody on all the ABG group companies. And me and a colleague of mine that was in Hyderabad at BITS Pilani, we had entered late. And I was wearing a nice pink sari, and I was like right up there because we had entered late. Our flights were late and all that. And he was talking about digital and all of that. And I felt that in today's era, which young person is looking at Aditya Birla Group as digital? You have Bezos doing Amazon, you have Zuckerberg doing, a lot of things is happening. Birla Group is still fuddy-duddy. And I was constantly thinking, should I ask him or not? I raised my hand and I was like right up there, and the Pilani auditorium is big. The guy, the compares, because my pink sari could be seen, so he said, somebody else, it was a last question. Somebody else had also raised his hand, but because I was a lady, I got that chance. I exactly asked Kumar Mangalam Birla the same thing. I said, but Mr. Birla, who thinks of Aditya Birla Group as a digital first company? This I'm talking about 8-9 years back. And what do we have to do to make that change? He asked me, what's your name? So I said, I'm Darshana, I'm from this. I said, Darshana, that's where I need your help. What it did to me, 2 things. One is the confidence. Secondly, he remembered my name. That's it. So ask, because otherwise you will not own your voice. Ye yahin pe reh jayega. And then I don't know if people have heard chakra and healing and all of that. Ye throat chakra. All this is because it is here. And same thing in your personal life. I don't know what you're going through, but talk. You have to ask. Nothing is stupid, nothing is bad. I mean, you have an opinion. And please, so that's what my mentor had said, ki ek question to pushna chahiye. If it is a strategic meeting, you should be seen. You should be seen somebody who's asking that question where the person feels कि हाँ ये कोई बैठा है room में. So that is very important. Also, the other thing on about culture and fitment, I have your voice. So I was telling you, I was looking for a job, and in fact, I was very desperate because I didn't enjoy Reliance. I had done Reliance for a small stint because everything over there was Neeta Bhabhi, this, that, and it didn't work for my value. So D2H was something I had joined, and the business had really loved me. I was looking, because I had resigned without a job and I was looking for it. The HR head, because I call myself Darshana Shah, my maiden name is Shah, my marriage name is Menon. I'm married to a half Malayali, half Punjabi. So, but I carry this because this is my name, this is my identity, and I have not changed that in my work. My passport says Menon. The HR head gave me the whole 15 minutes gyan on why I am not calling myself Menon, why am I still carrying it Shah, and you women. That's it. I didn't take the job. I said, I don't care because this is the culture I am not okay with. Identify what value, because you will be happier. You will enjoy contributing. Otherwise, it will become toxic. You will start playing that in your head. Half you will make it toxic in your own head, and after that you will feel that. So it is important what you value and what you, or put your, because I told him clearly, I said, listen, I am not okay with it. I am going to call myself Shah because my husband does not have a problem, my family, I mean, why should a workplace have a problem? Because see, this is what, girls, we are conditioned. And it's not that I was born like this or I have done, it's something that came to me over the years. Some part of me is, like I said, my mother was, we were 3 girls. And she always said, ki yehi mera beta hai. So it also came from that. A lot of male side in me is there, which is not good, but I can tell you. So yes, own your voice, because you will really, as a leader, it is needed. Your authenticity has to be seen. Imposter syndrome. This is another thing, like self-doubt. How many of us, because chalu karne se pehle we have killed it in our own self, or there will be people who will constantly tell you, but no, I don't think you can do this. So when I wanted to do Harvard, I had got 15 lakhs as, it was a 50 lakh program. And obviously at that stage of my life, I had a home loan, everything. There was a child. My brother-in-law was just diagnosed with cancer. And I had 15 lakh, which was given to me as a prize money. I needed another 35 lakh. So I said this is not the right time. But, I have been wanting to do a program. I was looking at INSEAD. First of all, I was not even looking at Harvard. Then somebody told me that Harvard is the holy grail. Don't even think twice, because the alum, the thinking, and Boston, I mean, Harvard Institute, that when you go at the institute, it's outstanding. I can't even tell you how. So a colleague of mine, another woman, and how this is another point of leaning in. Do talk. Bring your vulnerabilities, because she's the CFO, and I told her that, I don't think I will do it, and it's not because this kind of money, loan, EMI, I was bored, I have a child, this, that. She said, nobody, and ROI. The one thing she told me that, don't hear all these things, go for it. Because people, what is an ROI? Why do you need an ROI? My own husband had asked, but this is the time, what ROI you will get. Now, I don't know how to put an ROI to this whole thing. She said, don't listen. Go for it. Things will work out. You cannot quantify every time in life, but you will just get it. You will make it. Just do it. Things will open up. Money will come. Go for it. And this was a woman, CFO colleague. I did it. Next year with my bonus, I paid everything off. I'm doing well. I am where I am. The network, I can't tell you, girls. During COVID, because I had done it in 2019, we had a 2 years gap because of COVID. Amazing network globally. The kind of learnings today also, when the Pahalgam war, this, that, the kind of things that come on our group, what you get to know, you will not get that kind of alum. I can just tell the alumni is outstanding. The kind of learning, global learning, because we are global citizens. So any program, and this self-doubt which I had, you have to somewhere have people who will tell you, go for it. Don't, because this imposter syndrome, again, when I like I told you, when I was taking the role also, I was like, I had the doubt, can I do it? Again, the higher the role and leadership, because we're talking about C-suite. C-suite is not easy. Lot of politics. And over here, I'm the youngest by and large. Everybody's 54, 55. Lots of insecurity. Lots of politics. They say you are lonely on the top is a reality. So you'll also have to embrace that reality. A lot of, you don't have friends. People don't talk. Everybody's insecure. They are more worried because now they are all in the years where they have to retire. My boss is a woman leader. She's very good. She has a lot of empathy, but she's also very strong, so very sales oriented. So that's the reason I had to make my marketing job count. I had to have that seat on the table to have all the businesses that roll up to me and 150 people. And that's where I'm coming from. So this self-doubt you will have to remove, and you'll have to find a way. And that's why I'm visualization, affirmation, whatever works for you. So this is where I was coming. Find sponsors. The reason I am in this role is not because of my HR head who made me sit for 4 months and gave me the money. It is because of my boss who wanted me. She's my sponsor. Like I gave you my health insurance example, the thrice that I resigned, but they wanted me, they were my sponsors. Mentors, of course. You all are attending seminar, workshop. You need to have that sponsor. You need to have people in your office, in your peer, or the leaders who are sponsoring you, who are betting on you. You need people who take bets. I take bet. I've taken a bet on my secretary also. She's right now a product marketing head at Cigna. But that's the kind of bets you will also have to take, because you have teams. Show that leadership, because leaders create leaders. If you are going to be insecure and live insecurity, then you're not going to bet on your people. You're not going to grow. You're not going to let your team grow. But have sponsors. Have that in your leadership team. Who are those 2 guys? Showcase your work. Be a part of those projects. See that somebody is sponsoring you. Growth will come from that, because they will be talking. So I don't know about how it happens in your organizations, but for us, there is a whole job community, BJEC or something. It's called Business Executive Committee, who decides for those kind of roles. And there are people who are not even your direct. You're not a direct reportee. They are the guys talking for you. They are the guys saying that yes, today if I want to, and we have banding structure. If I want some of my guys on the roll, I have to present them. And the others have to notice them, which means you have to be noticed. You can't be sitting in your function only. The other people in the leadership team have to know you, so that they will talk about you, because that is important at that level. Mentors, of course, but find sponsors. This is given, I'm sure you guys know. I'm just saying that you will have to. There is no option. Leadership role, and that's the reason I had gone in a conference to talk about women in sales role. And why we don't have many leaders in sales role. Women leaders, one of the other areas are schools, are colleges, do back office, do marketing, do HR, all that is fancy. And the fear of not able to talk numbers. I'm sitting here standing in financial services. I don't know everything, I can tell you. But I have made the efforts to learn. I have embraced P&L. I come from BSc chemistry background. I have not done accounts. I did general management. The reason I did Harvard was that because Harvard is general business program, to learn some of these things. We have to embrace, find ways, find time, find weekends, look at P&L, look at annual reports, see what you can learn, sit with your CFO. Numbers is not an option for leader. And it doesn't matter whether you're doing a sales role. I am a CMO, but I'm accountable for business. So I cannot say that, I don't understand numbers, sorry. I will only create pretty brands. It doesn't work. And this is what Val was talking about, self-visibility. Like I said, you have to, and I'm going to talk more on this, but are you even okay to talk about yourself? How much do we talk? I mean, how many of you guys, what do you all do on self-visibility? Anything? All of us have. So, I had met someone, it was very interesting. He told me that all of us have one book. We are all one book, because we all have, all our lives can become a, Netflix series here. I mean, why not? Because all of us have drama in our life. I mean, women and drama, it has to be there. It's just that how saucy you want to make it. Do you use all of you, like you are a director somewhere in the whole, you said procurement or distribution, you are an HR, you know many things. Don't self-doubt. Put your voice out there. Start by writing newsletters or topic to your own team. LinkedIn is available. We all know LinkedIn is a big platform. And I will talk more on that. But use any social, because you have your teams. Can you create a report and send a dashboard out for learning for the entire other organization to know what is happening? It's culture, because I'm just picking up HR. But there are topics and and if you don't know, find out. How many of you guys work with AI? Again, it's absolutely not an option because if please do a course. That's the reason I keep making
We
my
have a session on AI also planned for them.
absolutely because it is important to be. Otherwise, we are dinosaurs. Nobody. So you don't have anybody. AI is your best agent today. It's your best team member. It's your secretary. Please use. But you will have to create enough voice, enough, and there are various ways. Like I said, visibility comes from showcasing your work. You've done the work because if you don't create, I always tell my team, and that's the line I use, we play to win. Because if you don't get awards and if people are not seeing you, where is all that work going? One of the ways to, of course, get awards. The other way is to, talk to people, the kind of dashboards, whatever it is, or go on LinkedIn. Go use some of these blogs, short form, long form, whatever, videos, podcasts. Please do. Because today's world, so I can even tell you 20 years back in retail, we used to say, "Jo dikta hai, wo bikta hai." So that's a basic thing of life. If you have any hunger to become a CXO, become a leader, become a whatever your C-suite is, this all your leaders must be doing. There's no option today.
Darshana, I'm just a bit curious. When you say "Jo dikta hai, wo bikta hai," it's a line that comes from the world where you need to be on shelves and right. Now in today's world where feeds change within seconds, I put my LinkedIn and 10 more LinkedIn feeds are there. How do you maintain that part of it?
Discipline. So all these things, they have algorithm. So in LinkedIn currently videos are not working, carousels are working. So you have to first read what is working, and discipline of at least 3 times in a week you are posting, because organically then it starts picking up. Your feed will start showing, and even if you don't have followers, because you've made content so beautiful, either you are coming from a thought leadership space, or there's some functional excellence that you talk about, or it must be any passion. Travel, like you said, 30 countries travel, your learnings from travel, whatever you may have, if you're putting blogs, short articles, you will find your tribe. All these social community platforms are made for people to follow. That's what it is all about. So you will find your tribe, you'll find your community. Finally, it's all about engagement, and it's all organic. I'm not putting any money, but the discipline of, so I read this guy, Pear something he's called, that is your obligation. And as a CEO, if any of you have plans to become a CEO, it's your obligation. It's a thought leadership. You have to show that, because that's your brand. You are carrying the organization's brand. So yes, the answer is that you will have to not get bogged down, not get worried. First 3 months, 4 months, it may not be plenty of things. And at the same time, you follow certain people. Because each other's, so when you are following the people whom you like, their crowd, so their feed, it will start going in. So the algorithm is all about that. I follow you, it will be seen. You share for me, you tell some friends. So all of us have our friends that you like karo, thoda share kar do. So it starts then LinkedIn, Meta, Insta, all of that, they identify that, okay, now this person's thing is getting comments, is getting likes, so keep engaging. It's all that. So you will have to use those tactics. I said, don't get bogged down. Kabhi ek dala, abhi kisi ne padha nahi. Oh my God, what a waste. What is this Darshana? She's coming and talking. She's marketing. No. Give it time and use your network. Put that article on your team group, on whatever WhatsApp group or something. Ask them to like and share. But it's a habit, guys, and you will have to like that habit. The higher you grow, visibility is important, because nobody is going to come for you. You have to say, listen, I am there, raise your hand. So that's very important. And this is where it comes from. Finally, you need to have a powerful network. How many of you guys, of course you all are here, do you all go for programs, networking events? Right, a lot of this is important. You cannot say, no. See, this waiting game, no. I will do my work very well. Of course, that is given. And now I will wait for the HR and my boss to give me that promotion. And, because they have to decide whether I am deserving or not. Because I am doing my boss. Because that is another conditioning that comes, from the family. Ki mango mat. Somebody has to give you, because don't talk, don't do all that. All that is rubbish. Because sometimes, and you are bosses, that you may have 10 reportees, 15 people, I don't know. We get compromised in the bell curve of life. So there is a bell curve and somebody has to be given less, somebody has to be given more. That's why you have to be seen. You have to have a network. You have to build your power so that you learn from others. You know what you have to talk. You know what you have to put up. Worst case, if you're looking out for the job, it'll come from you. It's not going to come from naukri.com. Let me tell you that. It's not going to come. So some of these things will help you. That's why a powerful network is very important. One thing on visibility, and I had read this line, so I written, it's not about self-promotion, because I think some of us come with that, ki, I don't want to self-promote, it is not nice, That is wrong. It is more about, it's leadership. That visibility is what will make you a leader. That will give you the thought leadership identity. People will come down, this is the world we are living, and that's why they also say visibility lies in discomfort. That is, again, coming out of your comfort zone. I can tell you, I sound whatever I sound today. I was very introvert. I was very, very shy as a girl. I know when I was young, and if there were guys following me and all, I'll go home and cry. My mother had to come. Okay, don't do so. I was as shy. So it's not just because I'm a marketeer, I can talk. I have developed and cultivated these things in me. So you will have to learn. It may not be natural part of you, but that's okay. That's why it's coming out of your discomfort. So that's why when I was talking about visibility before power, both internal visibility and external visibility, both are important. And of course, like I said, create your power network. Invest in learning. This is one thing, and I don't know why, and I keep doing it. Whether I've done Harvard, these are all my recent coaches. I had and I don't know how many of us, but all of us coming from a middle class family, we have a limiting belief towards money. Because we were born in a scarcity era, because it came from our parents. Unless, at least I know I was. So that limiting belief on money is where no matter how much, not that I'm having very good salary, but why should that be enough? Why don't I? And okay, the other thing is dream big. Like I told you, I decided that I will call my show my name. Why should I be limiting and call it a leadership compass and whatever? Always dream big. Don't worry how it will happen. Make your dreams bigger. जो ये जितनी चादर है उतनी फैलानी चाहिए. Rubbish. I'm telling you is rubbish. Okay, I used to always fight with my mother. I said the word compromise is not okay. As women, no, we compromise karna chahiye. And as even when I was young, I said I will adjust. I will make my choices. I will not compromise. I've always fought with her. So this. Invest in yourself, because so money was where I was coming from. Think like this guy is outstanding, millionaire mindset. He really gives you tools on how to really come out of your thing. Jack did a lot of this. Create a successful life, create your story, all of that. So manifestation, visual board, how do you make it happen? Two of my things: becoming a coach and a leader, wanting to become an image consultant, and podcast. The journey that I have started has already started coming through. Gayatri is all about, manifestation, energy. That we are all energy beings. I have not done this before. This is my just past 1.5 year journey. So I'm saying invest wherever you want to. Do learn, keep investing. Yeah, you can. Yeah. These are mine, but there are many that I'm doing. Tony Robbins is again fantastic. Reignite yourselves. These are both US. So I would get up at 2 a.m. in the morning. I've done these two virtual. I would get up 2 a.m. in the morning, do 2 to 4, do my notes, go to sleep, go back, come to office. Then it's a commitment. When you decide to do that, you will have to. But if you don't keep learning, that's it. Because what got you here will not take you there. You know that. So that's from Invest in Learning. And I have put in lakhs of rupees. It's not fun. I'm not putting less. It's not 3,000-4,000 a year and there. I'm putting, but I know why I'm doing it. I know it'll all come together for me, and what it has done to me, centering, and this will also help you in your personal life. Whatever the issues, if you have any issues, parent issues, sibling issue, relationship issue, all of this will help. What will help is, I will tell you how it will help. So what it will do to you is it will make you take your own power instead of always waiting for somebody to validate. As women, we are taught that you always are seeking for some validation. You will stop doing that. You will own your power. You will not go to your husband to ask कि अरे ये बराबर है कि नहीं. Even a financial decision. You will start owning your power because you will make yourself more centered. You will, how many of you, so there's a whole thing, right? And this I'm going to come on presence. So I've spoken about leadership and journey. Now about why your presence. I shop. Sorry, I do shop and I love myself. So you start with you. How many of us know our own selves? I can tell you, some of you may be doing, I don't know. It's been my journey that, yeah, I say there is ek hai ki what people will see me and what I want to show. Do I really know myself? That what is that me inside me? How much of self-love do you have? This entire thing, that's why this one of the mentors, she broke that whole thing about self-love. The power, the book, The Power is Within You is outstanding book. I loved by Louis Hay. So this about self-worth, self-love, going deeper inside you as opposed to the power is within you. And it clears, if you have this mindset, even people have come out from cancer. So the magic and miracle you talk about, it comes from that because it's a mindset. So where I was coming from was that how much do you love yourself? So one of the activity, and I do this, and if you girls can do, because you'll realize we may say internally we actually may be neglecting a lot of ourselves. It's not about shopping and all of that and pampering and going for spas and all. No, it's really deep inside. It's really deep, the inner child. We all may have some healing journey, some past young age issues, conditioning. How are we looking at that? Today, are we still blaming people? Are we still, waiting for people to give you things? Are we still, like, हम वो रूम में जाके सबसे पीछे के चेयर पे जाके we'll go in the last chair and sit and not with that right that walk up because most of us, and this is a women, more in women. Men you will not see, they will still jaake, they may not be worth anything but they'll be sitting right front, and you girls may be having more power, more worth, but because of this belief you'll be sitting in the last chair, because no, I don't want to be seen, and the fear that you've inculcated. So one of the activity, and I don't know if you've done it before, the mirror activity as this is just look at yourself in mirror, not because, and we've done that, I'm telling you, I do this every day. You look in mirror for a couple of minutes or seconds. First look at yourself eye to eye, because we are dressing up but we are not looking into our own eyes. After that, you have to start by taking your name. And this is a powerful activity all these coaches have taught. So when I am doing, I will do, see Darshana. Darshana, today you were brilliant. You did this mentor park. Thanks to Valerie, she allowed you and she gave you this opportunity and you met wonderful women. So you will you'll call out your name as third person. So you will say that, call whatever your name, Darshana, Sonali. And you will talk 3 things there that you have achieved today. It can be anything. Learn to be compassionate. Learn to give yourself credit for things that you have done well, because we ignore. We discount that. We are always there for our families, so the 3 things that you've done well, 3 activities, exercise, ho gaya, mindfulness, whatever that you had planned, for your vision boards that you would have planned, or she will teach you what to plan, that you have done the steps that even it can be small steps, but you've taken. And 3 things that you made sure that you didn't do. I didn't give in to sugar today. I didn't, let's say have too much of coffee. Whatever the habits that you want to break. So 3 things that you are proud of. Anything that you've done. It could be very simple things. Don't get bogged up. Just look at yourself and say that today I'm proud of you for these 3 things. I'm glad that you did your exercise. You didn't have coffee. And I'm glad that you didn't do sugar. You didn't whatever. The 3 things that you want to stop. If you have not been able to stop, it's okay. I understand you couldn't do this today, Darshana. It's okay, but I know you are in the journey. You will do it. I love you. I am there for you. Don't look for love outside. I mean, of course, there will be enough and more love, but love yourself. This is not an easy activity. When you'll do it, you'll realize. But if you do this consistently, every day before you go to sleep, in the mirror, wherever, you will see the confidence that you're building with yourself. You are not constantly beating yourself. You're not doubting yourself. You are living with the person that you love. It's very, very, very important. When we were doing these activities, a lot of women were crying. A lot of things can happen, but that's okay, let it out. So it starts with you, that how much do you love yourself, how much do you believe in yourself. Next very important thing is mind and body. Because image is not just about what you wear, how you carry your mind and body, and it comes how you start your day. So the one thing it said that the way you do anything is the way you will do everything. Just believe in the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you are going to be late for all meetings, you're always going to be late. If you start your day by being late and say, sorry, I'm sorry, I this, I that, you'll always be apologizing. You don't even realize the subconscious wiring that we do. So the way we do anything is the way we do everything. There is a whole book and the whole thing around it's called the hour power. The first thing in the morning, whatever time you're waking up, if you can put a habit, and this is what leaders do. You go, and I can bet, read anybody. Read, whoever, whether it is Birla, Tata, whoever you like, Indra Nooyi. Leadership needs more and more discipline, consistent discipline. Our power is about waking that 1 hour early. And I know we have kids, we have many things to do. That 1 hour is your hour. In that 1 hour, if you can, spend 10 minutes clearing your thoughts, putting your intention for the day, 100%. I want to do, this is the thing, this is my priority today. I have to attend this class, I have to do this, I have to do my visual board, whatever exercise. So you put your intentions, you plan yourself. Do mindfulness, whichever way. Now, there is enough available on YouTube and this. Do some mindfulness to center you for the day so that you're not carrying the last night I had this fight, yesterday my boss said this and all. We carry because, of course, daily. Today morning I had something with my boss, I had an argument. Now, if I have to keep carrying this baggage and keep having that voice in my head talking about it, I will not sleep well, I will not wake up, I'll carry all that to work, I'll be irritated, I'll put it down to my team. So meditation, mindfulness, then do an exercise, whatever exercise you can do. Bring that energy in yourself. Read. Read whatever you can for 10-15 minutes. Book, pages, podcast, listen. That 1 hour is for yourself, what you're doing. And I do this daily, and I also practice gratitude. Like I know that I will write that, thank you, Valerie. Thank you that you guys sat through this. This gratitude, what it does is the grudge that you had. So I have lots of politics. I'm telling you, the levels that you are, it's insane. I can keep saying that this guy is bad, I want to run, I want to leave my job, I'm not happy. Or I said, fine, I'm happy, I'm glad because I'm learning from that negativity. I give gratitude to so-and-so because I've learned something. I give gratitude to my husband, my child, my body, my eyes, that I'm agile, I have the energy. I'm not sitting here, okay girls, today, I'm going to talk about leadership to you. If I talk like this, half of you all will be out, what is she doing? That energy that you have to bring in, so I'm happy that I am alive, my breath, whatever. Give gratitude daily, 5 things. You will start seeing things differently because all you need is that positive mindset. So when you enter office, you are not carrying the baggage. You're starting your day with your intention. You are alive. You have the energy. You're not dull. You're not down. You're not passing that. See, remember, the higher you go, people are constantly watching you. Constantly. किसके साथ बैठी है? कहाँ पे है? Secretary को phone. मैडम का mood कैसा है आज? मैडम क्या बोलने वाली है? Should we come? So constant checking is happening. You must be doing that same thing for your boss. You'll be asking the secretary, how is he? What is he up to? Can I go? All of us do that. So the same thing happens down. Nothing changes. So plan yourself that you're carrying your mood. You're carrying, and because finally, guys, we have to be inspiring leaders here. I mean, we can keep shouting and yelling. That's not going to go anywhere in life. So that's why mind and body. Now, important thing for me, and I do strongly believe in this, your executive presence. See, we women know we have the best thing in life for being women. Guys only have that one denim, one trouser, shirt, t-shirt. Life is over. We can wear everything. This matters. So, so the days when I am chumming and I have lots of pain, I dress up and go to work. Dressing up, the power dressing as they call it, because it elevates your mood. And because you don't want people to see you a dull, down, boring, no. When I go for boardroom meetings, so in Hypercity, when I was there, I was the only woman in And you have to go for the board meetings, you have to go for the reviews with the Rahejas. Now, I'm the only woman. It's difficult. I don't smoke. Men, at whatever level they are as leaders, some of them can't talk to you eye to eye. So what do? You have to make your presence felt. I dress up. I ensure that first you look at me, and anyways I know what I'm going to talk. Big deal. So make your presence felt. There's no harm in carrying the way you look. I have learnt personal makeup because I know that I'm going for events, I'm going to seminars, I want to talk, and you can read any book. Executive Presence With, there are many books. 80% is how you look and your attitude. 20% is your skill. All this functional knowledge that you will be working hard and hard and hard is only 20%. And think, no, how many times when you see somebody and you're sitting somewhere and you're turning your head for whom? The first thing is the presence. That how a person is walking, because you don't know anything about the person. How he or she is carried himself or herself. That's the first thing that you look. Bring that presence in you. Because that is, and you don't know, you will not even realize what it does to you. So in that board meeting, that is how we used to do, because I used to really, and I also learned wearing saris in those days, and I still wear a lot of saris because it works. First, listen, I'm there. Talk to me, because I'm not coming out smoking with you, so I can't talk. So now learn, and now I will talk to you. It really changes the game. So you will have to learn to change the game, because especially if you are in the game where it's a man's world. It's not an option. So learn to make, and executive presence is very important. Invest in some of these things. Whoever has told you, no, because, my skills are good enough, why do I need to do? In today's day and age, it doesn't work. It genuinely doesn't work. And dress up, no sharam kya hai? I mean, you've been given. Don't carry your body issues. It's okay. Just carry yourself, and you will see that everybody will look at you. It'll make a lot of difference. And that's why your imagery, I'm very clear the kind of imagery I want to carry. Because I don't want to be looked upon as a very dull, because yes, I'm the only woman on the table. I have to make my chair count. And I'm going to make it count. So these are some of the things, are discipline of life. And most of the times you will yourself see, if you see a boss who is coming like, kaise bhi, unironed shirt and this, you're not going to like it. And there is an element of respect also attached to that. See somebody dressed well, we are conditioned, it's a deep psychological thing, by the way. You start respecting that person. You feel that, oh my God, you feel the person has the power. There comes the power. So do remember this one part, and of course, this is another topic, why you need to influence. Some of these things I have covered, but like I said, you'll have to build your credibility. You will have to up your game. Your knowledge you'll have to speak about it. You can't say that people will find me. Nobody finds anybody. You will have to make yourself authenticity. So the reason why I told you, the reason I started this podcast and I call it Be Authentic, because we are living in a fake world. We are living in the real world. People are doing many things to want like, share. People are wanting, a lot of people come from insecurity. At work, you will see that guy is bullshitting. That person is talking rubbish because they're insecure. Nothing to, do with you. But you want to be authentic. So that one thing, because finally you're accountable. Own your failures. You cannot not own your failures. So you need to have an authentic voice. You need to be reliable. Somebody has to take a bet on you. अगर आपको दिया है कुछ और आपने लिया है, so you will be worried about the timeline. You will be authentic about it, and you will own your failures. That is very important. As a leader, you cannot then shy away and say, so, one of the values in ABG group we have is no excuse leaders. At that level, it counts. So if you are a leader who's constantly not done your numbers or not achieved and blaming the world, not acceptable. It may be the biggest problem, IT didn't work, I don't care. It doesn't work. No excuse leadership, and that's why you need to have your credibility and you have to have your accountability. That is not an option. Strategic visibility I spoke about, but let me see if I am missing anything here. Strategic visibility I spoke about. We spoke about why you should do what you should do, where you can go, blogs, LinkedIn, own your passion, anything. Talk about it, write about it, be seen. Action and impact. Again, you know that action is what is seen. You cannot, not, and impact is what you have to create. So that is again very important. Storytelling, guys, see, it is very important that you're not flat. Like I am standing here for whatever, 1.5, 2 hours, but I'm talking from a lot of people learn from stories. And as leaders, you will see most of the leaders, there is emotion, there is empathy, you will have to talk. Culture comes from that. So you will have to create stories and be open to talking about your own life stories. Be open to being vulnerable. Be open to saying that, listen, even if it's your team member, listen, I'm sorry, I don't know. Can you help me? Can I? Today, like I'm living in a marketing world, the world has changed. There are so many platforms, so many type of things, 3 minutes to web series, 3 seconds, all the kind of content, you're in advertising. So it's crazy. I don't know everything. I have team members who, so today I have created an AI team, all young nerd kids who are working on all kind of tools of AI. They present it to me, they present to me every week. I figure what is the best, I go home and try. Simple. I'm learning from, and I've told them, I'm going to put up an AI studio, you're going to teach me. There's no harm because I know my business, I know my shit, I know my long-term vision. The other thing that leaders need is vision. You may be fantastic in execution. If you don't have a long-term vision, you don't have a big picture, it's not going to go anywhere. Leaders have to bring in vision. In your function, what is your vision? So dream that. Meet people. Network. Go to another brand that you think in your competition space is good. Meet them in a forum. Go and ask. Write on LinkedIn. Ask. Ask because you will need to have that picture. Take programs. But big picture is important. Vision is important. So because I have vision, I understand my business, I am okay to learn the specialized role from the people who are coming in there. That's okay. I will not know everything. But that doesn't take away anything from me. So that believability has to come. And that's why, like I said, empathy in leadership, one big thing, and I can tell you, all of us have grown seeing a lot of male leaders. And they are tough, they are task. I used to be a very task leader. A lot of chabuk. Lot of ki, ऐसा ही चाहिए, इतने बजे ही चाहिए, यही चाहिए, burning myself out, driving my people crazy. And this is another thing because I've seen that. I've seen that working on me and that is what I was passing down. Was it working? Yes. Was I growing? Yes. Was it good? No. Was I making toxic for people? Yes. So that's what we don't have to do because most of the times very few women on top, and because so many men, we've learned from that style. We'll have to own our style. We'll have to create our own style, and that has to, and empathy lies in women because we are women, mothers, many things, wives. So we need to bring in that empathy in our style, and there's nothing wrong. So when I took this role, and even Harvard of course gave that a lot of push. One is to realize that self, realize that you can have your vulnerability and it's okay. So when I took this role again, I'm all CEOs, like really big CEOs, right? So first month, 2 months, I started again, feeling less, what is happening, I don't know, am I doing the right thing? Then I said, it's not going to work. Because this is not me and I'm killing myself every day. I'm going to run away. भाग गई तो they'll say कि इसको job दिया, she couldn't do it. So then I had taken it as a challenge. I said I have to stop looking at how, because I was told many times, you're on this floor, this is the floor for ABC, this is how people behave, this is how people talk. I said I don't give a rat's ass anymore. Let me be myself because otherwise I'm killing myself and I can't become somebody else. That's it. So I bought in empathy, I bought in my voice and I got my chair. There was no issue. It was me who was constantly thinking that, oh my God, what are people? So we will have to bring that originality. Empathy in leadership is a big subject today. And there are organizations where they believe, they prefer that as opposed to a task and number oriented, because only numbers don't work. Your EQ matters, your AQ matters. AQ is your adaptability quotient, your emotional quotient. So bring that empathy in leadership because that's what women have. Create leaders, let your team be seen. It's not just about you. Let them talk, let them be seen, give them the opportunities because that will take you long places. That's what leaders do, right? Because you also want your boss to give you that chance. So similarly, you will have to pass it down. So that's, yeah, I have spoken a lot, but this is me. Let's play to win. But yes, that's from me. Now, ask. Any questions? Anything?
So Darshana, as you said, you were very like being tasking manager to an empathetic. Like, how did you change yourself? Because I'm also the tasking, control freak, perfectionist. I know mentally that is not going to work. I'm putting efforts to move into more empathetic, let go sort of a thing, right? But it is not easy because it's so ingrained in me to have everything perfect, not to let go. Like how did you
See, perfectionism comes at the timeline, first of all, and the cost. So, it was not easy, but couple of things. Yeah, so when you realize that what are the non-negotiables, so one thing I would do in my team, that this, like, integrity, non-negotiable. If you, because now instead of me giving time, when it comes from a control mindset, na ye aaj chahiye, ye kal karke dikha. So what I started backing off is, now you give me time, because the moment you are control, फिर वो ना reverse delegation. Now they start blaming you all the delegation, because now they are just used to, आप बताओ हम करके देंगे, you give me those 3 things. So I started backing off and I said, okay, fine, this is the plan, you give me the timeline. Now it is your timeline, you will have to own it. So accountability, non-negotiable, timelines, non-negotiable. So you put some integrity, non-negotiable. So you have some non-negotiable, but rest you let them come with the timeline, let them come with the plan, let them show, give them that opportunity to talk, allow them to fail. So yes, I consciously had to back off. I would, and then, which means you have to keep reminding yourself. Sometimes, agar wo tav mein aa jata and you start telling, okay, now do these 4 things and come, because the telling habit has to stop. So then I would back off and say that, okay, fine. Because anyways, when the work is larger team, I'm also killing myself. So what I started doing, that's why learning. I found some other things where I'm giving my time. So I'm not, because now I don't have time. So you better come and give me, I will only take that meeting. I will not do all the other meetings. So I will give myself time to read, learn, listen to podcasts, do some, learning courses. So that otherwise I'm constantly doing things, telling things, micromanaging. So that consciousness, you will have to back off. You'll have to keep reminding yourself whenever you start derailing. I also had made an accountable. So like if you have somebody in your team who you lean on to more, or you have a colleague or somebody whom you lean on to, then in your meetings, if you are doing that, you tell them to come and tell you later. But then you have to be open. To take that feedback, I think again I went the same route. Somebody has to come and tell you, because it's a habit, you are wired. Changing habit takes time. So then you would tell that, okay, that person will come and tell you, Darshana, I think again today you started, be conscious. If I have, over-expected, then I will call the team back again, okay, fine. If you guys feel that this is successful, I know the thing is not looking nice, it's not even, up to my level, but take you believe in it. So the moment, you see this charm, the moment you push it down to your team member, now they have to take a decision. They are not used to. You are taking decisions. And the same thing you will see with your children. The habit of controlling will do with our children also. They will not be able to take decisions. So the moment you push it back, Acha, you tell me, you think this is good? You are happy with it? It will give the result? Go ahead. Okay, no, Darshana, let me go and think. Let me come. Oh, apne aap, they are not used to taking decisions. You make them accountable. Dekho, wo apne aap hilenge, and allow them to fail. But again, put your non-negotiable. Non-negotiable ke aage, you allow them to learn, you allow them to fail, you allow them to take that accountability. And it's okay. You live with it, ki yaar, theek hai, it's not up there, but theek hai. So yes, I had to keep reminding. It is a work. Yes.
How to cope with when leaders act very patronizing or condescending, and I've seen this whether it's a male leader or a woman leader, and because they have been years into the service line, they feel that what they are saying is the word. So how do we cope with that?
So again, you have to see. So one of the thing is, and I remember asking this to my coach once, You will have to first stop coming from a victim mindset. कि वो fear से आप नहीं अरे she will, and you are scared and all of that. So I had a boss, and so my health insurance boss only. He had this habit of screaming and shouting for everything. And so I said, I'm not going to take this. 2 months, 3 months down the thing, and maybe because I never had anybody like that before, I sat him down. I said, listen, if you scream and shout, nothing is going to change because it's not going to even work. Either we have a dialogue or it is not working. You tell me in the meeting what you want, but the screaming and shouting, I will not take. I'm not up for it. I told him. Once he was on the phone and I kept the phone down. So he knew, of course he's bought me at that level that he has to respect. Yeah, so I had that dialogue. I was not okay. Otherwise, you have to bring in HR at some point. So I have to give you this example. In my Hypercity, we had one CEO. We had a UK, the CEO had come from Marks and Spencer, UK. After that guy, fantastic guy. And see, these guys who come from abroad, they're very clear. They have boundaries. That's another thing that we girls have to learn, by the way, to have your boundaries. But they have boundaries. This is my time, this is my family time, this is my Easter holiday, this holiday, heaven or hell, I will go. Indian, unfortunately, and maybe I'm generalizing, but a lot of us don't have boundaries. We want to work, and because we are working, we want the team also to be there and all of that, right? So we had this CEO who had come later, the Indian CEO. He would start meetings at 6 o'clock, and Rahesh, Shoppers culturally was very people oriented. So he would start meetings at 6 o'clock, go on till 11 o'clock. Our Monday meetings, he would call us at 7:30 in the morning, go on till, itna kya hai? If you want to discuss from 7:30 in the morning to 11 in the night, this kept happening. All of us as CXOs, the leadership team of that, we went to the Rahejas and we said, this is not working. This is not the culture. So we first thought amongst us, how should we? We first told our boss, the new CEO, that this is not working. Didn't change, went and told them. Of course, they will immediately not remove. They put a coach. So now he knows that we have told. So now imagine, you have complained about your boss to the HR and now you have to work with him. He absolutely backed off. He became a little more, मुंह पे कुछ नहीं बोलेगा कि हाँ, you guys will mind for timing, I will not do. So that also started happening. But eventually, he couldn't change himself, he was asked to go. So I've also seen that, but which means you have to voice it. You will have to sit. So with my health insurance guy, he backed off with me because I had told him. So he knew that in public he will not, and he absolutely backed off with me. But did he change? No, he was doing with other people. But he knew that with me, if he will do, I will not. It will not work. And could he afford? But my work was very good. He couldn't afford for me to go. So that mutual respect, because the guy was intelligent, very intelligent, and some of these things, what he was talking was right. But the way you put across. So I had sat him down and told him. Will it work every time? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that you have to make the person realize if the leader is worth any leadership quality, will understand. See, I'm telling, I have been a task person, I am. But I appreciate if somebody pushes me, I will back off. If you have reason, if you have any, strength in what you're talking, your argument has validity or, that, I will back off. Because that much sense I carry. So you will have to push the carpet. Are you ready for that? And eventually, if it doesn't work, it's better to walk out. Then, and find something, because that toxic energy is not okay. So both ways, but yes, you'll have to.
One more thing you made about this, make a bold choice, right? So, especially as a mother, there's always a conflict, like, should I
forgot.
that
Yes.
time to my child? Is it worth taking a bold decision in office? Because that means extra time, and in the young age of the child, you are going, but at the same time, it's crucial for your career, right? Because especially what I've seen, like being a mother of 2.5 years, the year you go for maternity leave, though you have done exceptional job when it comes to rating, like we don't know whether she'll come back, we'll take it normal. Once you go back, you'll say let her settle down. And after that, what happens is when they're repeatedly questioning that, you'll also let me take it a little slow. What happens, you don't have time to go slow, because if you're if you're stuck in your role for a lot of time, then it's a question about where is your efficiency, where is your productivity, right? Like how do we, like, as a mindset, balance that? Like, as
See, so
parents-
I agree with you, and a lot of things, right? Do we live in guilt? Yes, we live in guilt. Is it the right way to do? No. Have I lived in guilt? Yes. So when I had my child, he was what, 18 months old, and I have left a 4-month baby to start work back because 2008 had happened. My son was delivered in 2009. The Lehman thing was on. I had to go. I got my mother to stay with me. So first thing first, use your ecosystem to the fullest. That one thing I always tell everybody: have a cook, have a driver, have a nanny, ask your mother-in-law, mother, nanny, everything. Please use. You are earning, put that extra money because you need that peace of mind. 100%. Don't feel guilty to use your ecosystem. Reach out, use. That's one. Second, because I know women कि no यार क्यों उनको trouble करूँ, too bad, कर लो. Let them decide whether they are getting troubled or not. No, why are you deciding for somebody else? That problem that we have now for deciding for people, that's another mindset issue. By the way, one of my coach taught us that stop deciding for others. You decide, no, you ask. पूछने में क्या है? Let somebody decide for you. That's one. Second thing is, so when I used to go to Reliance all the way to Ghansoli. Suddenly Ghansoli came in my map of Bombay, and yeah, I didn't know what the hell Ghansoli and Airoli and all that was, but Reliance is there, right? So my son used to wait. It was 1.5 hours. He would wait at the lift waiting for Mama. Okay, Mama's left. I used to feel torn. No doubt. Unfortunate. But, I had, so once, couple of commitments I had made with myself. And this is again, we are living in a better world where you have online, Zoom, this, that. That time all that was not available. One promise I had made with myself that with my son, any time he calls me, any meeting I am, unless I'm in a board meeting or with Mr. Birla or something, I will take the call. I will walk out, take the call. If it's my team, I'll tell them. Till date, he's 16 years old. He will ask rubbish, but I'll pick up calls. His call, so some things you do, some things you train, some things you live with. You live with because what will you do? You don't want to progress. It's not possible. Yes, you tell your husband to be a little more accountable. Because it's not only your child, he also has to do some job. So there are days where I would tell him, it's my big presentation, I need time off, you please take leave. And of course today, see, your boss and your environment has to be, today you still have work from home opportunities, today you still have that an empathy. Your HR policies were good, and I would take that. I will take that off because if the child is unwell, there's that. Yes, we are stretching, there's no doubt. And with that, you're going to stretch. Now you decide that, okay, first of all, don't come from that fear that I will lose. One thing I learned very early in my life, one of my bosses said, ki, your career line, you don't look at somebody else and decide. The management students have this thing, oh, he's got consultant, he's gone. If you get these MBA kids, no, you decide your career line and you have to be happy with yourself here. So if you think that I want to do only so much right now at this stage, because my child is 2.5 years old and I want to, it's a call, it's a choice that you have made. Then don't kill yourself, don't regret, and don't be jealous on somebody else who's taken that role. Because that's also, you don't do it and then you keep being jealous. That's all negative. Why should you do that? But if you've decided, and I think as women, we all have to make that choice. You want to grow, you have that ambition. Try not to be guilty, live in guilt. Okay, live in guilt, but use your ecosystem. Use your ecosystem. Yes.
Self-worth is something that I struggle with, and especially when it comes to salary negotiations during that time of the year. How do you portray your self-worth in a very highly competitive and in an environment where externally situations aren't that great and you still want to ask for that buck? How do you go about
So first of all, now this, and I know we have an HR lady, but all this is great environment today for...
The HR lady is also here to learn.
To learn, no, but I'm just, sorry, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean, but this is a great environment for all organizations now to start. The markets are down, you will not get raised, you don't buy that story. Because there is already money, somebody is getting it. So what you said is self-worth, what's your name you said? Saloni, right? You will first have to come out of that problem. First you'll have to deal with your self-worth. Because the moment you don't see your self-worth, you will start buying all these things. So when you go on that table only, you will not ask you, oh yeah, she also must be having a, how will she do it? Because the environment is bad. Already there is a cut. Then, how will she give me? I should not ask. You will start playing all this. So आप पूछोगे क्या उसके बाद? Because you made that, you accepted that story for yourself. So first thing first, you will have to deal with your self-worth to say that, no, I'm worth it. Every day, one of your affirmation, if you do, or even if you don't do, say, I'm worth it. I am the best. One thing I had, when I was a child, I am the best. I didn't care. I am the best. Keep saying that I'm the best, I'm worth it. Then, so once you have that, that's the time you will carry your this worth on the negotiating and on your appraisal table, because you will show your work. One is what you've done for your function, for your role, if you've taken those extra projects which has helped, and you will ask that I want to grow, to go into that next level. What do I need? I think I'm ready. Now put the ball in the boss's court. Yeah, either he or she can tell you that no, you are not ready, then take the feedback, or yes, you are ready, but I think I need 6 months, then give me the project. What do I need to be like? I have done these kind of conversations. I think I'm ready for the role. So like when I was doing marketing, I wanted to do the whole digital product, the app and all of that. So which means the entire engineering team. I'm not an engineer by background, but I was ready. I felt that I was ready. I mean, there's no rocket science. So I told my boss the same thing. I said, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to stretch. So either you take a bet on me or give me a project. The first time he gave me the project, next time he gave me the role. And I grew. But that you will have to, you have to understand, okay, what are the areas that your boss is working on? What are those projects that you can raise your hand for? Because promotion comes in that extra, not in the same.